There's a Cat in the Library by Vicki Morn and Brett Witter. Illustrated by Steve James. Read by me.
All right.
Every night, people left books in the return box of the library in the small town of Spencer, Iowa. Funny books, big books, truck books, pig books, they all left them all. But one night, on the coldest night of the year, someone left a strange surprise. A tiny kitten.
You gotta read louder so it'll come out, okay?
Okay. When Vicki the librarian found him the next morning, the kitten was so cold and scared and very, very dirty. Vicki took one look and decided to give him a warm bath. The kitten went into the sink brown and crying, but he came out orange and purring. I'm going to keep you, said Vicki, who already loved him. We'll name you Dewey. Read more books. You can live here and be our library cat. But Dewey had no idea what it meant to be a library cat, so she did what all kittens do. He played, he lunged on the newspaper, rode the book carts, and knocked down pens to the floor, and goofed around with Marty the mouse. It's just a toy. Snooped around every open drawer and always found at least one rubber band. But what Dewey loved most of all was people. Tall ones, round ones, quiet ones, loud ones, little ones. However, surprised him, and not always in a good way. Look, Nathan, said his mommy. There's a cat in the library. Nathan bent down and said, "Hi, Hooey, Dewey, Yucks." No, said his sister Hannah, it's Dewey, read more books. Dewey screamed. The boy was putting him in the wrong direction. Dewey loved to be petted, but he hated being petted in the wrong way. Surprise! Whoops. Wrong page, please don't. Dewey was licking his fur back when he heard a strange noise. Wah! Dewey's ears perked up. He looked around. Wah! Wah! Dewey sprang to attention and he crept slowly towards the sound. Surprise! The little people Dewey discovered came in tiny sizes too, and they loved to giggle and grab and pull and coo. Babies are wonderful, Dewey thought. Cute and smell delicious too. A few days later, Dewey went exploring and discovered a secret room, the most exciting thing he had ever seen. The children's story hour. Wowzy whiskers, this looks fun, thought Dewey. As he pushed into the room with his nose, someone shouted, "There's a cat in the library!" Dewey froze. It was quiet for 1 minute, then everything went wild. And the next thing Dewey knew, he was being carried upside down. Oh my, Dewey thought, what should I do now? My hand's getting tired. Late that night, Dewey talked to his friend Marty Marty Mouse. The library is a wonderful place, Dewey said, but I'm tired of being pulled and poked and carried upside down. I'm just not a cat in the library. I'm a library cat. A library cat helps people, I think, and I'm 92% perfect convinced that that's the reason I'm around. Marty Mouse didn't say anything. I'm going to do it, Dewey said. I'm going to help people. And he felt so happy that he threw Marty Mouse into the air, kicked him with his back legs, and slept on him like a pillow. The next morning, the first people arrived. Dewey was waiting to greet them by the front door. All morning, Dewey acted like a library cat. He read with the mommies and grandmas, helped the daddies at work, even shelved the books with the librarian clerk. When he saw little Nathan, he turned around a circle and a half so the boy could pet his back from the head down to his tail. The right direction, the petted cat. I'm glad we're friends, Dewey lay, Nathan said. Dewey smiled at that. By lunchtime, Dewey was worn out. He found a good box. First, he put his front paws inside, then his belly. He squished his back and down, wiggled around until he was all the way in and closed his eyes. There's an orange muffin in the library, a girl giggled. Just as Dewey was about to drift up into sweet kitten dreams, he heard a heavy sigh. His eyes popped open and he saw a girl on the other side of the library, a sad girl reading very quietly to herself. He climbed up closer and stared at her. She looked the other way. He sniffed her hand, but she wouldn't play. He knocked her mittens to the floor. She let him stay. Then he saw her jacket and had his best idea yet. Silly always works. I'll be a silly cat today. The girl stared at Dewey. You look like a fuzzy hot dog in a purple bun, she said. And then she surprised him. She laughed right out. I love you, Dewey. Read more books, the girl whispered as Dewey nestled into her lap and began to purr. This is it, Dewey said. I'm a real library cat, and it feels great. No, it felt better than great. It felt perfect. The end.